got the fast songs, the mid part, and the epic stuff. You know, and it's more hypocrisy than ever. When you get these melodies in your head, you know, you get weird visions in there, you know, and it becomes like the melody becomes some kind of story. Most of the riffs definitely happens up here, and then I have to figure it out. You know, that's my practice. You know, so sometimes you can sit and jam and riff to create a riff from just jamming. You know, but mainly for me, it's all about, you know, thinking about it. Sometimes you have to compromise a little bit, you know, because when you try to figure it out on the guitar and it's like doesn't fit with your brain, and then you have to stop with the guitar because otherwise you're going to change what you have in your head, you know. So it's sometimes you have to sit like, okay, that's got to be G, F, and, you know, and things like that, and then you try it once and it's like, oh no, that was wrong, and then you have to go back and like, otherwise you lose the thing there. I've done that a couple of times and that sucks. But eventually it comes back, maybe not on that album that you were writing, but maybe it comes back on the next one. The song that Lars did, we actually sat down in the studio with a lot of beers and we just started throwing out riffs, you know, and mainly he was just giving me the riffs he had, you know, saved, and I just started to puzzle them together into a song.
The return of the gods, the creators of life.
After a couple of cases of beer and a few bottles, you know, we had a song, and that was actually the return, you know. And you can definitely tell it's Lars who wrote that, because it has similarity to like Final Chapter song, you know, which everybody contributed on.
Freedom's never been so far away.
Soldier of Fortune, actually, my son helped me out with like 3 or 4 riffs that he wrote for that song, and that's also pretty fascinating because he's 14 years old. I asked him if he had any riffs that we could use on one song that I just started with, you know, and he's like, nah, it's not gonna fit. I'm like, yeah, well, try me. So he took the guitar and played a couple of things, you know, and it was not in the same tempo, so it didn't really work. So we just slowed it down, actually, and then it worked. And then we kept on doing that till we had like 3 or 4 riffs, and then we started pacing them out here and there. It's a little bit more like back to Osculum, Obscenum thing, you know, with the blast beats, and it's a little bit more like Pleasure More Station kind of feeling to the start riff. All the riffs are less notes, but still I think it makes it even more catchier, you know, when you do that as well. Just the way that the album is written this time, you know, it's, like I said, it's much more simplistic, you know, and for all the songs, and that's why I think the album's going to stick out much more, because it's easier to understand it right away instead of listening 4 or 5 times. You know, first time you hear it, the instant you hear one song, you understand it. When it's fast, it's fast. When it's heavy, you know.
Step inside the world that can be called